All right, we are here. We are Galexis, and welcome. In light of much of the concern of dear ones, with their fear rising about the potentialities of tremendous earth changes that are destructive, tremendous amounts of suffering to come as the earth is imbalanced, a feeling of lack of safety in the location where they live, a worry about how to take care of themselves, how to deal with the issues coming up. We want to make a counter prediction. Number one, we suggest that the land masses of the planet are not going to be compromised and destroyed. In fact, what is really happening here is that what is being seen by these various psychics and even people channeling stuff in is actually a metaphor to what is going on. That metaphor is a metaphor of great change, of an ending of one way and a beginning of another. Yes, you are in a great shift. Yes, you are in a great transition, a huge change. And this change is accompanied by tremendous amounts of chaos. Now, those psychics are predicting as a metaphor, they're seeing the ending of the old, the dismantling of the old structures, the old ways of being, as destructive. It is a projection upon it, and that assumption of that projection, that the change in the very earth, the change in the very circumstances of your life, so complete, so huge, must be, therefore, accompanied by traumatic, destructive energies. There are many people who cannot change without falling prey to the consensus or mainstream myth that you cannot end something without destroying it before you move on to create something new. Many people hold this myth that you have to go down and into the very pits before you can turn around. This has been with you for centuries. It's part of your culture. So, of course, when you get a metaphor of vast change and destruction, you assume it's geophysical. We would suggest it is not. Instead, that destruction is a destruction and a fragmentation and is a dissolving of the internal structures of your psyche that have held you into control, held you into rigidity, held you into limited thinking, feeling, and acting. It's also destroying some of the institutions, some of the structures that are in your society. It is brought down, for example, in 2008, it created tremendous chaos in the money markets, on Wall Street, with banks, with real estate. This has shaken a lot of people up. People are having to make new adjustments, new arrangements, you might say, for their life. Many people lost a lot of money, having to begin again, having to start over, some of them already retired, going back to work. Yes, this is a difficult time. On a personal level, there's a lot of suffering. This is the breakdown of the old ways, the old assumptions of what would be there for you. Because what is changing, what is coming, is requiring that you change. It's not going to be your planet in upheaval. It's going to be you in emotional disturbance and emotional upheaval. This is what we call the dark chaos, the dismantling. And it will dismantle institutions, it's dismantling governments, it can dismantle all sorts of things. That's still not earth changes, that's still not earthquakes, tsunamis, and so forth. Understand, it's not going to be a polar shift. The polar shift is metaphoric. It is inside you. You are changing. Might as well embrace the change. You're generally in some kind of self-determined change anyway, at most times in your life. Why not embrace it? Why not proactively take your power? There are many who are predicting this, who are saying, you're very powerful, you're a very strong and powerful light worker, and yet you must still, put together your little hideaway, your little retreat, where you have your dried foods and you find some way to have solar cells so that you can be energy sufficient from the government, that you can get away from the government, that you can isolate yourself to survive. If you're so powerful, why is that being recommended? Indeed, dear ones, you are powerful. You are changing. It is a metaphor for you to change. Take your power now. Take your power back from all those fear predictions. Take your power back from the doom and gloomers. It's your option to create now. You're going through the dark chaos. This is a dismantling. So the second point we want to make here is that this great change leading into the great shift is not you dropping off of a cliff. It's not just more mayhem and chaos. There is a divine sense of order here. There is a divine plan, and you reincarnated specifically for this. This is your time. This is when you wanted to be here. This was the exciting time for you to be incarnated, to witness and to participate. You came so that you could lead. No, that doesn't mean you have to write books and get out there in the public and give lectures and so on and so on. No, you're leading by changing yourself, by changing the template within you, by changing the old structures into new structures of freedom and power and love and trust in your own divine plan. You didn't incarnate here after who knows how many incarnations, so much suffering, so much trauma, only to come here and then be destroyed in a tsunami. As a first waver, as a conscious reality creator, you came to make a difference. You might have lived in Atlantis and witnessed or experienced the devastation of the destruction of those civilizations. It's not happening again. Many who have participated then, whether they have caused it or even whether they tried to prevent it, are back now on the light side to prevent it. You're part of this. Join the wave. It's time for you to emerge. Yes, the dark chaos can be difficult. It is an ending of an old way. But from that dark chaos you move into what we call the void, into the sense of emptiness, into the space. It is a pause where you stop all your doing and be, where you begin to claim the powerful light being that you are, the reality creator that you are, the divine being who took on a physical body to have a physical plane experience. With your love of this planet and your desire to see the great shift happen and to participate, to create it, to work with it, you came. Own that. Own who you are. And in this ownership, in this being and not doing, you can tap into the oneness, into the grandeur of your divine self. And then, in this emptiness, in this void, in this chaos within you, emerges a creativity to where you can create something different, something new that has never been before. See this as a time of phenomenal opportunity, of tremendous excitement. No, you don't have to move to certain mountains. You don't have to move from the coastal areas. If you are holding your resonance, if you're holding your light, if you're holding your frequencies of divine love and compassion and empowerment, with your choice of change, positive, loving, free change, you will not be where the floods hits, or the earthquake, or the hurricane, or the destructive force of nature. You won't be there. And it will protect those you love as well. Take this opportunity, take this charge to protect yourself through radiating your light outward, radiating your love out to the world rather than buying into the fear and running, hiding, trying to change things, trying to make things safe and secure. You will never have true safety and security on the physical plane. The safety and security you seek is within you, in your divine self. And then, even if you feel lost and floundering now, don't worry. For as you dream, it will come to you how to do from that being that you are, how to express your truer self, your more divine self, how to step forth and be that light being. And you will step forth into what we call the light chaos. Just as the dark chaos is the dismantling of the old, the light chaos is taking your choice of all the infinite possibilities that exist, putting them together in your own unique and creative way to create something beautiful, a beautiful life for you, for your world, with love and compassion. There is so much hope. Don't let yourself be drawn to the darkness, to the despair. Do not let yourself fall prey to the vortices that are clearing you and cleaning you and seeing them as the darkness and the destruction. Let that stuff go. Let the past go. Let yourself heal. Let yourself step into the being that you are. There's a glorious reality ahead. The great shift. 2013, a beautiful year. Even greater as you move forward in your time. So take heart and take heed. These predictions that have been made and the counter predictions we are making, it is your choice, however. It is your choice. Your whole reality is your illusion. Are you the only one who exists? Have you created it all? Perhaps. But just know, as you change, it'll change out there. It's up to you, your choice, your freedom, your love, your joy. Stay in your power. The future is yours, and it is your time now. Thank you. Farewell.